Hello, Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda, all located off of Exit 7 on Interstate 89. Northwest gradient winds this morning into this afternoon will be ushering in Arctic chill. High pressure will set up tonight and really give us some decent project weather during the day on Thursday with much lighter winds, albeit on the cold side. Conditions become unsettled with a frontal boundary that'll be kind of quasi-stationary, wiggling back and forth. This will be bisecting the state west to east, generally across central and southern Vermont, with mixed precipitation types, colder to the north, milder to the south. This is going to be in play Friday into Saturday. Low impacts, but it does bear watching for the possibility of some wet snow. This especially across our higher elevations of central and southern Vermont. Another frontal boundary episode potentially on Monday, maybe some glazing. Lowered confidence at this time. This will be after a more settled Sunday. Well, we're looking at wind gusts this morning that have moved on through. It's been producing a few power outages, as a matter of fact, in parts of mainly eastern and north central Vermont, northeast Kingdom around Essex County. Some of these gusts have been up around 40 to 45 miles per hour, and higher summit mountain areas have seen gusts closer to 50. Now, additionally to that, we've had anywhere from around as little as dusting in some areas to as much as about 4 or 5 inches, mostly associated across the northern into some parts of the central Green Mountains. And that is in the process of exiting out of the region. We're looking forward to seeing some decent sunshine beginning to work into the Champlain Valley this Wednesday morning. This should be in play during the afternoon hours, and high pressure will build in with a real nice Thursday. Let's take a look at some of the computer modeling. So these are wind gusts at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and you can see some of the lighter tan colors there. Those are the ones we want to watch that are in the vicinity of thresholds. And really by 3 o'clock, things are starting to settle down just a little bit, more summit-oriented, and we're seeing a major drop-off as we get into between 6 and 7 o'clock tonight. And that's 10 o'clock. And looking at the European model, this is some leftover precipitation that then exits out of the region. This area of higher pressure you can see with the dark lines here. This is its surface. These dashed blue lines are thicknesses. This is where it would rain. This is where it would snow. And this is our exiting weather system here. So running the 6-hour model runs, 6-hour increments, so that area of higher pressure will be in control into the overnight period Thursday night and early Friday. But we have a warm frontal boundary that's going to be stringing across the region. It'll bring a wide area of light snow or mixed precipitation types. And you can see right there, this is the problem. These skinny kind of frontal systems, when they string along like this, they can eventually become heavy, almost like training echoes, if you will. Now that goes to the south of us as we have another very cold area of higher pressure that's going to bleed a lot of cold air to the south. This is valid, by the way, on Sunday morning, but then it comes back as a warm front. And that is valid on Sunday night, Monday. And it looks like we're into the warm sector at that point in time, where some glazing is possible during the morning hours, maybe a little bit of mixed precipitation types. But the area of in question here is going to be really starting on Friday and lasting into Saturday. It's going to be a tricky forecast because it's very much narrow and close proximity to the frontal boundary where it sets up. 7-day total accumulated precipitation from the Weather Prediction Center, and you can see that the higher amounts here across the lower Great Lakes into the New York State region, southeastern Ontario, and this is that stringy frontal boundary I just showed you on the European model. Looking at the GEFS or GFS ensemble, this is our cold enough to snow and improving conditions. This will be tomorrow's area of higher pressure with dry weather. And then we get into this system here that this is centered on Burlington, and you can see that it might be falling as rain according to GFS. European is much more centered on a snow accumulation below 32 degrees. Aloft. So it's going to be a close call here. And then we just have unsettled weather A little bit of an improvement here as we get into the 26th, which is that would be Sunday. That's our little bit of a break in the action here. Then we're back into some potential freezing rain. You can see these red whiskers here indicating the potential for a little bit of freezing rain. Again, does not look like a huge utility problem. I would say this is a little bit more of an issue here for some wet snow loading across our local higher terrain. Right now, I would say low impacts for utilities, but something we're going to have to watch. Temperatures using the jets right now, you can see that the coldest weather here is going to be, could even be a little bit below 0, 5 below or so. Basically, tonight, that would be Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Then temperatures make a little bit of a climb upward and go above 32 degrees. And then you can see kind of the pattern here. So the thing to watch here is temperatures warm enough above the 0 degree centigrade mark, really roughly about the top of Mount Mansfield at 850 millibars. Then it drives a little bit lower than that, and it kind of straddles the line. And so we have issues here. That would be Friday into Saturday. A little bit colder on Sunday, and then conditions next week into Monday. And 1 to 5 day meteorological output statistics. The mean temperatures weighted. These are high temperatures, so warm in the center of the nation, cold on the coasts. And running about 6 to 9 degrees below normal here. That's for the next 5 days. What about 3 days later? Not a lot of change. Warm in the center. And we have probably impulses coming in from the northwest that will be riding along these frontal boundaries, setting up, and so forth, and keeping us below normal in temperature, anywhere from 6 to 9 degrees below normal. And looking at current snow depths, some of our lower valleys are not seeing as much, generally anywhere around 5 to 10, a little bit over 10. That includes the Champlain Valley, some of the areas around the Barry-Montpelier area, lower elevations, and so forth. The eastern ridges of Vermont have been seeing some pretty decent snow depths. And this is Mount Mansfield, Jay Peak. This is over toward Lincoln Peak. And then as we get down the chain here in the vicinity of Rutland, north and east, generally Killington north a little bit there. And one area that you don't see very often, but this is down in the southern part of the Green Mountains, around the Mount Snow area. Pretty decent snowfalls of greater than 20 inches snow depths right now. And that's been fairly persistent from recent storms. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.